So this is two electric bike kits from Lead Bicycle Solutions. They offer just a wide range of kits that basically you can add to almost any bike and sort of electrify it. I opened this early and kind of sorted through, but I wanted to give you the full experience of what it would be like to receive this in the mail. What we're looking at here is a pre-spoked rim with a 250 watt geared hub motor, along with the cabling there for running it. So this is what you mount to your bike. And then a bunch of accessories in here. We've got the PBJ, which is actually a project that they were working on through Kickstarter, and essentially it's just super light. It's about 1 pound, and it's not going to take you nearly as far, but it's super small and just really meant to be convenient, very portable. And then a couple of bike bags here for mounting it to your frame, and a specialized Speed Zone wireless computer to help you understand how fast you're going and stuff. That might come in handy later. And then some quick release pro axle release levers here. And then there's a charger and some instructions and stuff. So I'm gonna dig in a little bit deeper and set this thing up, and we'll go from there. So this is my regular bike. It's just an older GT Timberline. It's got 26-inch wheels with basically just V-brakes. They're very simple. So the Lead kits do work with disc brakes, but this was an inexpensive bike that I felt was sort of representative of what people might have out there. You'll note that it does have a suspension fork, and they actually recommend a steel fork for the Lead kits. It's going to be a little bit more sturdy, but given the smaller 250 watt geared motor on this thing, I thought, it'll kind of be okay. That's my choice. I don't want to recommend that to other people. Okay, so I've flipped the bike over and getting ready to install the front wheel. And what you'll notice is that the 8Fun sort of logo here has an arrow, and that arrow points the direction that the wheel spins. So we want the wheel to spin this way to make the bike go forward. So I'm going to point the arrow in that direction, and then I'm going to slide the wheel onto the bike. This is just a basic test here. Use this on-off switch here. There we go. Pretty quiet. It's a little close-up action here. So there's the button, and there's the motor. Nice and smooth. There's those quick release levers we were working with earlier, getting it all set up. And there's the switch showing that it's on. Black is off. One thing I noticed is that the hub motor here can get pretty close to your fork, and actually when I crank this down it can rub right there. And so they do include extra washers, and on this side you can actually add them to sort of create a spacer so that you aren't getting that rubbing. That's just something to listen for if you start the bike or you spin the wheel and it's not spinning freely. One of the more impressive parts of the Lead e-bike rig kits to me has been these bags, and you can see this is sort of a medium-sized one, and it fits really well. It's very well secured. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4 Velcro pieces, and then also 2 straps. So here's a super wide one, sort of a smaller one, and then this is sort of a saddle pack that could go on our rear rack. So this is the completed Pocket Bike Juice setup, one of the lightest weight electric bike kits available. I'm just going to run through the specs here. So it retails for about $469 unless you got it on Kickstarter for a little bit less. The range is about 5 miles. Top speed of this motor system here, which is powered by 8Fun, is about 15 miles per hour. The weight of that motor, along with the wheel, is about 7 pounds. The battery and the controller weight is just about 1 pound, which is what's really cool. And it actually does fit in your pocket. Might be a little bit bulky though. The battery size is 24 volts, which is kind of, it's on the weaker side for sure, but this is a lightweight kit. And it offers 5 amp hours of capacity for a total of 120 watt hours. That's not a whole lot, but it means it charges quickly, 1 to 2 hours. The ride time is about 20 minutes. It'll get you about 5 miles total. Let's just hop on and give it a go. I'll show you what that's like. So one of the first things you notice about this bike kit is that it's just so light, and that's by design. In total, it weighs about 8 pounds. That's with the wheel, the hub motor, and the battery. So, you know, let's say this is an average weighted, just a, you know, hybrid sort of city bike that I've got here, about 25 pounds. So we're talking about like a 33-pound electric bike. That's pretty good, but it doesn't give you a whole lot of extra boost. It's not the same as like a full purpose-built electric bike. And when you use the throttle, you actually have to hold that button. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick, and you can kind of see how it works. There we go. Probably hear the motor kicking in. We're up to 12, 13 miles per hour, 13.2. This is where it kind of stalls out. So they say it's up to 15 miles per hour, but I really think it depends on whether you're pedaling along. And it's a very still day, so, and this is a relatively flat surface. I think this is a pretty fair test. I only weigh, you know, 135 pounds, so the motor's not having to do a whole lot. Oh, there we go, 15. We're a little bit of a downhill. Nice. Okay, we hit the 15 mark. Not bad. Not bad. It's pretty quiet. I'm not pedaling at all. There you go. Yeah. I'm pleased, you know, it's a relatively affordable way to convert your bike to electric, and I think your hand might get tired after a while if you're constantly pressing that button, or if you're like me and you've got that twist shifter set up. But it's a neat kit, you know, and it's nice that someone's out there making a super small battery, because if you want to keep your bike lightweight, maybe you've got a road bike or something, this is one way that you can actually do it. A lot of the other kits are just really big, and the battery kind of bounces around. I do like their mid-frame bag that you see here. That's nice. And it's a bummer that you got to pay extra for the tire and the tube and all that, but it's, you know, it's encouraging you to sort of recycle. And the 250 watt geared motor works pretty well. I mean, you know, it's small, but that's kind of what they use in the UK. And being geared, it gives you a little bit more torque at rest, which is nice, or for climbing, that kind of thing. I'm going to unzip the pack one more time just to show you what's in here. You know, I took a while setting this thing up. I was trying to do a good job, and I was learning along the way and trying to illustrate some of the hang-ups, like, you know, adding that extra washer there so it doesn't rub, and getting the tire and the tube set up right. But once you've got it going, it's not too bad, and I'm sure I could put this on and take it off very quickly now that I've got it set up. There's the Pocket Bike Juice in there, there's the connector, and there's the controller along with the on-off switch. So that's it. For more info on this and other electric bike kits and bikes, check out electricbikereview.com. I'll see you there.